I'm going to show you guys how to do my go-to makeup look. If you want to see how this comes together, keep watching. Skin-like makeup, okay? We're not doing the cakey has been canceled since like 2018. All right, you gotta look like it's your skin now, okay? That's what we're focusing on. No more cake, none of that. Even summertime, no. Listen, that's it. That's it. Okay. We're just gonna get right into it. My face is already moisturized with the e.l.f. Super Hydrate. I'm taking the Lancôme eye cream. This is it's called the Benefit. Oh, I can't pronounce it, but I will leave it in the description bar below. It's really important to use eye cream under your eye, just in general, but especially when you're doing your makeup. Most importantly, I would recommend eye cream in the fall, winter time when it's getting a lot colder so your under eye does not look cakey. That's the benefits of eye cream there, so I never skip that step. Right here, I'm adding the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer around the perimeter of my face. And I'm going to smooth it in a way that it is easy for my foundation to stick. Next, I'm adding the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Primer in my T-zone area. I actually have really dry skin, but I get oily in my T-zone area, which is pretty common for a lot of people. The difference, if you can notice here, is that with the Tatcha Primer, I actually smoothed it into my skin, but with the Becca, I'm actually dabbing it into my skin because I actually really want it to sit. So it's time to do some color correcting. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the orange color. I actually would like if someone could recommend some other color correcting concealers for me. This one works, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's not as warm as I need it to be because when I blend it out, I mean, it does the job, but yeah, if anyone has any other recommendations, I'd like it. I'm just going to blend that in really quickly. All right, so we zoomed you guys in. Right now I'm just going to use my Anastasia brush. I forgot the number, but I'll add it in the description bar as well. And we're just brushing my eyebrow hairs upward. For brows today, we are using the Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Ebony. And I'm going to use that to carve out my brows and then fill them in as well. To carve out my eyebrows, I am using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Rich Chocolate. It is a bit brighter than I typically go, but for the eye look that I was trying to achieve, it fits perfectly. I really have to add this in here. This concealer is amazing. Look at that smooth canvas. It is so smooth. Look at how perfect that looks. Please get it, period. To carve out my top brow, I use the Juvia's Place in the shade color 6. I guess they don't have names, but yeah, it's the shade 6. And we're going to use that same concealer, the Juvia's Place in the shade 6, to prime our eyelids. I don't really use eye primer. I use concealer as my primer. I think it works very well as far as getting the shade to stick. And we're just going to use that to blend it very seamlessly.
Here I'm just figuring out what direction I want my transition shade to be in, and I'm using the Morphe palette Second Nature 3502 palette, using an orange reddish shade to take that color and move it upward into my eyebrow. As you can see, I'm not going fully across my crease, I'm just going straight into my eyebrow, cutting it half. Once that color's together, I'm taking a medium brown in the same Morphe palette and putting that all over my eyelid. With that same Morphe palette, I'm taking a cream shadow to highlight my brow bone. Using that same cream shade, I'm going to take it following my eye shape, only halfway through my eyelid. Next, I'm going to take a deep brown from the same Morphe palette and use that in my outer V to create a deep shadow. It's going to look extremely nice when you add eyeliner and lashes. It gives this like sultry type of look to your eyes. My next step is liner. I'm using the NYX Liquid Matte Liner in black. For foundation today, I'm using the Juvia's Place Velvet Matte Foundation in the shade Chad. For concealer, I'm using the Juvia's Place in the shade 6. I wanted more of a highlighted look, so I took the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Toffee. You can skip this step, I just wanted to be extra. Next, I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder and literally press it into my highlighted areas. I don't really swipe or bake per se, I'm pressing it into my skin. There shouldn't be much excess because we didn't necessarily bake, but dust off whatever you have left on your face. For contour today, we're going to use the LA Girl contour powder in the shade Deep. Favorite part is blush. I'm taking the e.l.f. palette in the shade Dark and using the fourth color if you go clockwise. Hey, you have to like this video if you're a P&D fan. Like, it's a must. For my nose contour, I'm using the LA Girl powder in the shade Dark. I happen to have been very much so out of zone, but I reverse contoured with the same Huda Beauty powder. I'm using a black eye pencil, putting that in my waterline. I'm taking the matte black from the Morphe palette and smudging out that black liner. This is also one of my favorite steps. I'm taking credit from the Anastasia and Jackie Aina palette and smoking out my under eye. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Telescopic for my top and bottom lashes. Didn't really want much of a highlight, but I used the BH Cosmetics and Carly Bible palette and used the second highlight shade. For lips, I'm just going to use a brown NYX pencil and line the outline of my lips. Gloss I'm using is the classic MAC lip gloss lip glass in Myth. Next up is to add some brow gel. I'm just taking a clear brow gel. I think I got this from Target. I can't really remember the brand. And we'll lock it all in with the Morphe setting spray.
So that's it, we're done. It's super easy. This is just my base makeup, how I do my go-to look, but just like how I get my face together. For my skin type, I have dry combination skin, so I can get oily in my T-zone area, but everywhere else is like dry. Focus on like what products I use and work well with me. Maybe they'll work well with someone else, hopefully. But for my channel, I do want to do some fall and holiday looks for the duration of 2019. But if there's anything specific like you want to see, just let me know in the comment section below. Alright, and you can subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like it, of course, and stay pretty. But we're done! I just created my go-to makeup look and I'm literally recording right now. Why is it not flipping? Oh, there we go. Hey, that's me!